Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. My name is Davies, and I work with Esoko. Soko means market in Swahili. And what we're trying to do is to put more money into the pockets of smallholder farmers. So as many of you would know, there are hundreds and thousands of organizations that are trying to talk to farmers across Africa and across the developing world to improve agriculture. And this is especially important in terms of the food security issues that are facing us as the population grows. Typically, that would be a person going into a community, meeting with a group of farmers, as in this picture, and talking with them about how they might use new seeds, new fertilizers, how they might organize as a group to access microfinance loans, or possibly what they should be selling their product for as the market prices go up and down, and how to link to those markets. But it's difficult. Sometimes it's just difficult to get out there. This is a fun shot we were doing for some of our photo shoots, but it is the reality that some of these communities are extremely difficult to get to. Probably what's more important is the timing of the message to the farmer. Agriculture is really about protocols. It's about doing specific things at specific time. So getting information to farmers about when there's a disease outbreak, getting information to farmers when there's a drought or a flood, getting information to farmers when the commodity prices are going up or going down in the market so they know what to sell at. It's about getting the right information to the farmer at the right time. And the previous slide, where it's somebody going into the community, very difficult to do that, very difficult to scale up. So what we've been doing is really focusing on that linkage between the governments and the NGOs and all the farmers. And there are a lot of farmers. In Africa, there are 100 million households that are involved in agriculture. And of course, we've been inspired by the emergence of the mobile phone across Africa as a standard form of communication, as an opportunity. And there are about 60% of the farming communities in which we're working actually have phones. So what we've done is really try and think of what is the right platform to enable that communication. And we've added, on top of a platform, some specific value-added services that make Esoko special. Let me try and explain what it is. So first of all, we have some software. And we started off by sort of classic SMS push messages, and we've grown into delivering voice messages to address some of the illiteracy issues that we faced. But increasingly, it's about how people are managing farmers in the field and how they're managing agents. So they'd be tracking their field agents, they'd be recording transactions, they'd be tracking production data, and in some cases, following the market trends. Our software enables all of that. There's not much content either, so we've had to develop original content. We actually have market enumerators across Ghana in 43 markets, collecting market prices on a daily or a weekly basis. So we've had to build that content base out. We actually push out bids and offers to farmers, linking buyers and sellers. We have a forecast feed, and today the kind of accurate forecasting in terms of when the rain is going to fall, absolutely crucial to a farmer to know when to plant or when not to apply a pesticide or a fertilizer, if they have access to them. And we've even got into crop protocols, developing specific messages at specific times so that the farmers can be prompted to do the right thing at the right time. In addition to this, we go into the communities and we really make sure that the farmers know how to use the system, and we provide ongoing support for all the deployments. And that really means you've got to have somebody at the other end of a phone and speaking a local language. It's hard. It's hard to do all of that. But it's that combination of services that really makes us different. And I think there's been a lot of technology deployments in Africa within rural communities that haven't worked because they're only technology. So typically, these are the kind of organizations that would use these kind of systems. USAID, World Food Program, pushing out information to improve the yields of the farmers. But increasingly, it's shops, it's small input dealers, people trying to work with their consumers and make sure they get access to their products, and increasingly, businesses. Businesses are trying to convert farmers into consumers. They want to sell them fertilizer. They want to sell them product. They want the farmers to be more successful, so they've got more money to buy their products. And they want to make sure that they're using the products appropriately. They want to monitor how the farmers are using it. We charge them for the privilege of doing that between $10,000 and $100,000 a year, some of our contracts. So does it work for the farmer? One of the stories I love is Sarah Maunda. This was a program with USAID in Malawi. She was selling her ground nuts to a local trader for 18 cents a kilo. She couldn't quite believe the prices that were coming to her over the mobile phone, over our service. She decided to test it one day. She took her products to a different market, and she was able to sell them for 90 cents a kilo, which is a 500% increase. We weren't sure whether she could sustain that revenue improvement, so we went back 2 years later, the project lead in Malawi, and this is Sarah in front of her old house on the right with the thatched roof, and her new house on the left with the corrugated roof. And that is exactly what we're trying to do with Esoko. In a more systematic way, New York University has just done a randomized control trial testing the impact of the Esoko price services on 1,000 farmers, and they've seen a sustained $135 per year income improvement. And that's a lot. So where are we today? We've proven the business unit Ghana. We were profitable last year. We'll make about $140,000 this year. We're growing into 7 countries right now. And by next year, we'll be in 14 different countries throughout Africa, expanding via franchises. We were profitable in Ghana. We're making about $1 million this year in revenue. We'll be break even in 2017. We've been growing by about 33% for the last 5 years. And by 2020, we should be making about $3 million. And this doesn't include some of the data licensing to Thomson Reuters and other kind of market organizations that are interested in the work that we're doing. So we hope by 2020 to hit 3 million farmers, each getting $150 in increased revenue, which is about an additional $450 million transfer of value into the smallholder farming community. Today, we're looking for $1.5 million to finance 6 new markets and some of the payment and transaction services that we're putting into place. We've got some great investors. They may be able to come up with the money, but we're also looking potentially for another investor that's aligned with what we're doing and interested in our mission. We hope you'll walk down that road with us. Thank you very much.